I worked as a private chef for Billionaires. One client made me cook the same meal twice because her husband blinked during her Instagram photo. When you cook for the ultra-wealthy, you quickly learn that money doesn't just buy ingredients. Part it buys reality itself. I spent 5 years as a private chef for families worth between $500 million and $4 billion, and what I witnessed changed how I view wealth forever. My most memorable client was Vanessa, the 32-year-old wife of a tech CEO. Their Hampton summer home had 3 kitchens, pair one for display in social media posts, one for me to actually cook in, and one just for juicing. Yes, an entire kitchen dedicated to making pressed juices. Vanessa hired me specifically because I'd worked for a celebrity she was competing with socially. She never mentioned this directly, but her assistant warned me. Everything you make needs to be more impressive than what you made for the Mellors. My first red flag should have been the plating consultation. Vanessa brought in her social media manager to discuss how each dish should be arranged. Not for taste, but for Instagram aesthetics. They spent 3 hours discussing the optimal angle for photographing a salad. One Tuesday, I prepared an elaborate seafood dinner per Maine lobster flown in that morning, caviar that cost more per ounce than my monthly rent edible gold leaf on handmade pasta. The table setting alone took 2 hours with fresh flowers arranged around each plate. As I served the first course, Vanessa positioned her husband at the head of the table and began an elaborate photo shoot. After 15 minutes of different angles and poses, she reviewed the photos and suddenly slammed her phone down. He blinked an exung single pi chado, she screamed. Her husband, who ran a company with 10,000 employees, just sat there looking defeated. I'm sorry, honey, let's try again. It's ruined now. The ice has melted, the foam has collapsed. Everything is argued. Then she turned to me. You need to make everything again, what do you need the same, right now? I explained that I'd used all the lobster and some components had taken hours to prepare. That's not my problem, she said. This dinner is for my summer soiree friends. I have 3.2 million followers waiting. Make it happen. Her husband quietly added, whatever it costs, just do it. Their household manager called a specialty seafood supplier who sent a driver with more lobster painter at 9 p.m. for 10 times the normal price. I remade everything while they waited, drinking $2,000 bottles of wine. At midnight, I served the identical meal again. This time her husband kept his eyes painfully open during every photo. The moment the photo shoot ended, Vanessa took 2 bites, declared herself too exhausted to eat, and left. Her husband stayed behind and ate everything, thanking me repeatedly. As I cleaned up, he slipped me an envelope with $5,000 cash for the inconvenience, he said. And please don't tell her I paid you extra. The next morning I saw Vanessa's Instagram post, spontaneous midnight feast with my love number, blessed number, simple pleasures number, justice. The post got 200,000 likes. None of her followers knew that the simple pleasure cost more than a year of college tuition, required 8 hours of labor, and made a grown man afraid to blink. I quit 3 weeks later when she demanded I recreate a dessert she saw in Paris, but make it less French looking because she wanted to claim she invented it herself. The ultra-wealthy don't just buy things parrot, they buy the right to rewrite reality, and they expect everyone around them to participate in their fiction.